Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton95 with another Transformers Age of the Primes video, and today we're taking a look at the leader class, Megatronus the Fallen. Got the 13 logo there, you got his secret satchel that's like floating up here for some reason, so further down. I can see the Requiem blaster, his blade, of course, Megatronus, or the Fallen himself. Some really nice artwork of him here. Till all are one. Got Legion Maximo, Megatronus, and Star Optimus, which at the time of this recording should be coming out within the next few days on Amazon. 38 steps, Requiem Blaster. I'm sure if you translate that, it probably would say Requiem Blaster. Real nice artwork again there. Megatronus the Fallen, and that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get them up. And of course, there goes the bag of accessories that's floating around. So yeah, let's go ahead and get them opened and check them out. And here we have Megatronus out of his packaging, and this is just bare bones how he is right out of the box. Now, at the time of this recording, it's been about a month and a half since I've gotten them. I've had other reviews coming out as I get things, and just wanted to get to the right moment. I mean, of course, I had a Mega Prime show up on my doorstep a few weeks before recording this, and these guys just showed up on well, the day I'm recording this, and I've got the other 2-pack on the way as well, and possibly, you know, in the next couple weeks, Silverbolt. So, going to be quite the busy couple of weeks, and of course, you know, working a full-time job now, instead of part-time. I won't be, like, I haven't been able to do as many videos as I like, but, like I said, it's been a couple months since I recorded the intro, so excuse that. And, you know, at the time of this recording, we've finally been revealed that he is not being retooled into Studio Series Megatron. Just wanted to make that clear, you know, and rub it in the face of some people who, you know, were so adamant that he's going to be retooled into Megatron because they don't trust Hasbro. It's not about trust, it's about faith. Like, you cannot trust someone, that's fine, or, you know, because they said, you know, out of assumption that a character won't be used for a HasLab. But to not have any faith whatsoever that they're going to, you know, just retool this into G1 Megatron. He doesn't have the proportions, he does not have the skeleton for G1 Megatron. Maybe IDW Megatron. Like, more than meets the eye, I could see that. But coincidental things like the gun barrel or a fusion cannon, that's not enough to just justify, oh, it's going to be Megatron. Come on. Alright, anyways, rant over. Let's get into this amazing looking figure in robot mode right off the bat. I do plan on getting the toy hacks for this because the only real problem I have with the paintwork is the yellow looks a little too dull for me as far as having that furnace effect that he's supposed to have. He's supposed to be constantly just burning with rage and hatred, which, you know, leads to him falling, as his future name would imply. But as far as accessories go, he does come with this suppressor for his Requiem blaster, but it does fit right here on the shoulder, and it just tilts forward like that to be another weapon. So there's that. You do get this little missile pod. Plugs right into there. You do get his spark fuser, which was from Robots in Disguise 2015, as well as this Energon machete, which I don't think he ever had. Weird inclusion, but hey. Combine it together, it kind of looks like his staff from Revenge of the Fallen. There you go. And of course, the Requiem blaster, which was gifted to him by his lover, you know, or, you know, the maker, the Prime of the Forge, Solus Prime. So I believe this was like a gift out of love for him that Solus Prime made. Now, as far as his placement goes, you do have 2 ports here. You can plug it onto the furthermost port or a little bit further back here. Either one works. I just kind of feel it feels more natural there. And you do, like I said, plug this into there as a suppressor to, you know, limit how powerful the blast is, because apparently the blast is from just the fusion, or there I go, calling it a fusion cannon. From the Requiem blaster itself is enough to destroy full planets. So there is that. You take his blade, staff weapon, just plug it in, close his hand up, and of course, what is the Dreamwave Fallen without some flame effects? So just plug these in right here, here, and we've got these two mirrored flame effects. So we'll just plug one back into these 5mm ports back here to give him that kind of Dreamwave design. And yeah, that really helps as far as like giving him that furnace look. I just wish there was like some gradient to the paint apps inside. I know it's a retail transformer in this day and age, so it's not exactly likely to happen, but it would have been nice. As far as other paint apps go, he does have this really nice purple all throughout, just various spots all over. You got it on his head crest, got it on the shoulders, these little like grenade launchers, the waist piece. Actually, this is plastic, but it's not too bad of a match to the paint. You got it here on his upper leg, right around his knee, and this is molded plastic as well for the feet, but you do get some of that gunmetal gray. Same with his thighs, around the barrel of the Requiem blaster, the prongs and blade of the sword. You get this kind of weird brownish gray color for the biceps, the little grenade launcher, the missile pod, and then of course the black plastic and the paint, or yellow paint, all throughout. It's more silver here. This actual silver instead of gunmetal. But yeah, looks really good. Now articulation wise, his head is on a ball joint. Does get a little expressive, more so up and down, and of course all the way around. To get a butterfly joint due to the transformation, 360 at the shoulder, all the way out to there. Do get a tight bicep swivel, little over 90 at the elbow. To get ball jointed wrists, opening hands. Do get a full waist rotation, forward and back at the hips, all the way out. Got a thigh swivel, got a knee swivel, 90 degrees at the knee, forward and back, a little bit at the ankle, and full ankle tilt. So yeah, I mean, he looks really good. Size-wise, he's pretty big. Bring in, of course, the first prime. We got Primal Prime right here. And we got his former lover until, you know, he betrayed everyone, Solus. And here is Studio Series 86 Prime. So, yeah, he's about your standard large leader. I mean, he's on par with Grimlock. Don't want to dig Grimlock out of my Dinobots display because he's cleared the back, and I don't want to knock anything over. I'll do a comparison when I get G2 Grimlock. How about that? So, getting into transformation, we'll go ahead and remove this. We'll remove the Requiem blaster and this barrel piece. Take the Requiem blaster, just open it up, bring it forward. It's on a double hinge, just like that. Bring this piece down to here. Flip out that peg. Plug that in, and there is the central portion of the tank barrel. Go ahead and open up the arms here, flip the fists in. Same thing on this side. That in. Take the chest, bring this up. Bring these down. It's on a double, or hinge here, so triple hinge. Take these. Now, if you even want to give him more of a Dreamwave look, you can bring these tread pieces all the way up, but it does leave his chest open really far. I'll show that more when we go back to robot mode. Close these around this way. Rotate it. Bring these up. Rotate. Rotate that around. Close that up. These will rotate out to the side. Just like that. I'm trying to remember exactly. Okay, there we go. Rotate the head around like that. These will come up and just tab into place. I say there's a step I'm missing, but I don't remember what it is. There we go. Tab that back into there. And for the legs, open up the tread back here. Actually, bring this panel out. Open up the tread, put that in, close that back up. So panel, tread, close, close. I believe you rotate this around. This rear panel comes out. We'll just take the legs. They are on a joint right here. Bring that up. That will go around those little hip missiles. And okay, I was wrong. This does need to be rotated this way. So there is that. Okay, no, I was right. Hey, bring this around. Then so this will wrap around up here. Okay, what am I doing wrong? All right, give me just a second here. Okay, so then that will just tab right into there. Close that back into there. So flip that up, like out. Rotate this around. There we go. That all tabs in. Forgot to tab that in. There we go. All right, so there is the whole tread section of the tank mode done. Bring this back. And there's 2 tabs here, 2 slots right there. Just plug into there. These will just collapse down. And we'll take the Requiem blaster. There's a peg hole there. Same thing on this side. Peg that in. Rotate this grenade launcher piece up. Same with this rocket pod. Actually, the rocket pod comes out to the side. And I kind of like it better like this. there we have Megatronus in his very shoddy looking tank mode. For the most part, it looks fine until you look in here, you see all this gappage, and I hate that this was pointed out to me. It's just, yeah, very hollow in here. And then, of course, the turret is not great. It was kind of half-baked, I think. Just wish it was thought through a little bit better. But you still get full rotation out of it, even if it is a little off-kilter. You can still raise and lower the whole thing. Even the central barrel can raise and lower. And it rolls pretty good. Oh, there we go. It does have 4 caster wheels. Wish these were a little bit more towards the center, but it's fine. It still keeps balance well enough. Weapon attachment, take these and just plug them in on the side. As far as these effects go, these ones will go right up here. Maybe these do have to be up like this. So you can plug these in right up on the front. Like that. So again, I was wrong with that. Take these off. They need to be under like this. See, then that just looks wrong too. I honestly don't know what the proper tank mode is, because no matter what I do, it seems to be wrong. Give me just a second. Well, I mean, that's what it says for it to be, so I guess that's how it's supposed to look. I guess you just take these and plug them in. Let's find... Yeah, because that just doesn't look great with... I guess the flames just go in up here. So just like that. And then these just attach to the weapons on the side. So yeah, not a great tank mode. I honestly wish it was more like the old Titanium's toy, because even though, you know, those toys were made completely out of die-cast with very little plastic, at least the tank mode on that looked pretty cool with the double barrels, and this just looks like it needed one more pass through the design phase and engineering before being released. Like tank mode, or robot mode, fine. Tank mode, so let's go ahead and get him back in the robot mode. Done all we could do here for tank mode. I don't really have anything in vehicle mode to compare right now. But yeah, tank mode's not great. Like, if they had fixed some issues, like, I honestly think it would be a lot better. But just the way it's not, the turret isn't holding together. That's the biggest problem I have with it. So we'll just go ahead and move these missile pods back to where they go in robot mode. Split the turret. Take this. Put that back up. Collapse that down. There's that ready. That's ready for robot mode. Untab this whole thing here. Untab the legs here and here. Straighten the leg out. Open this up. Flip out the foot. Close that up. Close that panel there. Rotate at the thigh or the lower knee. Bring that down. Open, open, close. Flip down. Rotate at the knee. Close up the rear section there. I've got half of them ready. for this, we'll just bring these around, bring these sections down and around. Now here's where I'm going to get into what I was talking about with the treads. Flip these hip skirts down. This here, open this, or no, this out like that, rotate, and then flatten these panels. There we go. Bring this up on its double joint. Close this all back up. Collapse the arms in. Flip out the hand. Flip out the hand. Close that up. Straighten these out. Bring this up and rotate it back. And there, after we rotate the waist back around, there we have Megatronus back in his robot mode with treads that look a little bit more like the Dreamwave design. Also a little bit like minor Megatron in Dreamwave. So if this does ever, or not Dreamwave, IDW. So if this ever does get a retool into anything, I could strongly see it being more than MCI Megatron. That's the only Megatron I could see it being retooled ever into. So flip those back in, and that's something I hope if they do retool it, they fix that to where these are up, then there's a place for the arms to sit securely, because these are supposed to tab in right here. Where those little tabs are, there's this little slot right there. That comes back. Everything tabs together. Bring that back down. Give him back his Requiem blaster, his shoulder cannon. Put the flame effects back on him. There we go. There's that one right there. That one, and then his big spark fuser blade weapon, which, you know, if you don't want to use, which I'll probably do the same. Actually, no, I'll probably have him actually use it because it actually does look cool. But if you don't want to use it, plug it back there. So yeah, there he is back in robot mode. So let's go ahead and get into the final thoughts. So getting into the final thoughts here on Megatronus Prime, the Fallen. Really love the robot mode. Transformation's a little iffy, and again, much like Solus Prime, vehicle mode is really shaky as well. So, I mean, at least in my opinion, there could have been some definite improvements. Even if it is just as simple as a couple of tabs on the Requiem blaster that tab into the forearms, that would have solved a lot of issues I have with the tank mode for me, because it just falls apart, and it wants to fall apart. Much like Siege Megatron in his tank mode, the only way they fixed that was that whole new piece they added for the Earthrise retool. So, could have been a few changes that they could have learned from that with this, but they didn't. Then again, you know, these primes, I'm mostly going to keep them in robot mode. Now, Alchemist Prime, from what the images we've seen, his vehicle mode looks fine. Onyx looks fine in all three modes. I can't wait to see what Alpha Trion looks like in both modes. Hopefully we find out either the Tuesday after or the Tuesday before this video comes out. So if not, let me know. Or if you saw them, let me know what you think. If not, then we'll see it around Comic-Con in the end of July. So either that or someone will get their hands on them first, like we've seen the past couple weeks with 86 Megatron. Anyways, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, like I said, I don't hate Megatronus. I don't dislike him in any way. It's just tank mode could have been done a lot better. Transformation is interesting. It's a lot like Siege Megatron in some aspects. Again, could have been a little bit better. Again, not to hate on it at all. Just some nitpicks and, of course, genuine issues I have with the tank mode. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know what you think of Megatronus. Do you have him already? Are you planning on getting him? Even if you're not getting him, let me know what your thoughts are on Megatronus. Are you looking forward to the rest of the primes? I know I am. Can't wait to get Star Convoy, hopefully soon. I know at the beginning I said, or in the intro I said, would be coming around the time that I got Megatronus here, but still no sign of him. Releases have been really weird the past few months. So, anyways, moving on. Be sure to check out my links down below, my social media, of course. I do have playlists for Age of the Primes, Legacy United, Studio Series, all there on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. So long. Take care.